my name's Chris Matthews. I've been working at Orana for 21 years now, and I've got a bit of a wide background, but my main purpose at Orana is to teach design technology and outdoor classroom, both of which are crucial parts of the Steiner curriculum. And I think we're very fortunate in this area that we can work with that creative impulse of the child through their developmental stages, and it's very evident in the work that they produce in the workshop. It's just a fantastic place to be, and really we hardly have any students who just don't want to be in this workshop because it's so much fun, and they do some spectacular work, which is just terrific. We've been doing design technology at Orana for a number of years. This workshop we built about 15 years ago, which have expanded slowly ever since. Now with some forges out the back, so we can do some sort of metal work as well, which is also fantastic. We're always working on expanding the program so that the students have more choice as to what they can do, and of course they're learning so many more vital skills and getting so much more experience in all the areas. And of course the whole design process is such a wonderful process to go through, full of adventure and distress and wonderment, and of course so many problem-solving skills that you get through the design process, which is what we concentrate on in the older students, really delving deeply into the design process. You know, what is it, how does it work, and how can I use it to my best advantage is really what that's all about. As of last year, really we've gone right down into class 3 now, where we're doing outdoor classroom with class 3, so we're outside doing all sorts of wonderful things, from whittling to tying knots to building structures. In class 3 they have a building main lesson, so we try very carefully to incorporate what we do into the rest of the curriculum in the school. So we attach ourselves quite often to main lessons, which gives a lot more relevance to the students as to why and what they're doing. So class 3 building program, it's a fantastic program, and of course what we do up here just blends into it perfectly. And so class 3 they start doing, then class 4 more outdoor classroom. We do a bit of pit forging with the younger ones. And year 5, we also do a bit of starting to get them into more woodworky sort of things, and then it just develops from there really. From class 6 they sort of come inside and start the real design technology side of things, which is mainly in the older years. But you know, we run a number of drawing CAD software on our computers, our BrainBox, which is behind me, I don't know if it's there, and that's a terrific skill also for the students to have. We're running Fusion 360 and Google SketchUp, as well as a couple of other smaller programs that they can play with and create wonderful designs, really, because that's what it's all about. You know, the research, creating designs that they can then come into the workshop and produce, which is, you know, it sees the end of that process come together, which is terrific. There's a number of options. I've had, I'm trying to think, probably 6 or 7 go through UC the industrial design course out there, so they've done degrees in industrial design, which is very sort of more focused on design rather than making, but it's a great process for them to go through. Lots of students have gone into even just building. You know, they've done school-based apprenticeships, which we still offer at the school, where they can go out into industry for 1 day a week and work, see what it's really like to work, and tie that up into obviously their other curriculum that they do at the school. So there's lots of options, and you know, with the more we increase the choices in the school, the more the options grow. The classroom was something that it sort of grew out of Scandinavia, where they realised that, you know, putting a child into a classroom and trying to shove information into their head only works for a short period of time, and really getting them out into outside nature, it really enhances the learning process. So it's growing. It's a real growing thing around the world. John Laurie, who comes from New Zealand, often twice a year to visit us, is a great believer and exponent of the outdoor classroom, and he's helped us develop that whole area so that students are outside, they're in nature, we're using natural products, so there's a real connection to what they're doing and how they're doing it with nature. And it just seems, for them, it just seems like a normal thing. It's just natural happening. Here's the stick, what can I do with it? And they're learning how to whittle, they're learning how to create things out of those pieces of timber and make some wonderful things.